Hi everyone, this is SK Singh from DPS Mathura Refinery Nagar. Dear children, today we'll discuss a few more properties of inverse trigonometric functions, ITF. Dear children, we know that in case of sine inverse x, tan inverse x and cosec inverse x, the range of these functions is from minus pi by 2 to plus pi by 2 in closed interval in case of sine. In case of tan, it is minus pi by 2 to plus pi by 2 open interval. In case of cosec inverse x, it is minus pi by 2 to plus pi by 2 and with minus sign taken out of it. So we can say minus pi by 2 to plus pi by 2 means the first quadrant and fourth quadrant is involved here. Whenever the value of x lies in first quadrant, then these values sine inverse x, cos and tan inverse x and cosec inverse will be positive, and when x will be negative, then it is lying in fourth quadrant. So we know that in first quadrant angle is alpha and fourth quadrant angle is minus alpha, and in second quadrant angle is pi minus alpha. And in case of remaining, that is cos inverse x, cot inverse x and sec inverse x, we know that cos inverse x it is 0 to pi close interval. In cot inverse x it is 0 to pi open interval. In sec inverse x it is 0 to pi in close interval minus pi by 2 can be taken out of it. And here 0 to pi means the value of x lies in first quadrant and second quadrant, and first quadrant angle is alpha, second quadrant angle is pi minus alpha, and fourth quadrant angle is minus alpha, and third quadrant angle is pi plus alpha. So here point to be noted, when sine inverse x, tan inverse x, cosec inverse x are negative, then the x is minus alpha, because the range of this function is minus pi by 2 to plus pi by 2. In case of cos inverse x, cot inverse x and sec inverse x, since range is 0 to pi, it means first and second quadrant are involved. Whenever x is positive, we will take in first quadrant. Whenever x is negative, we will take in second quadrant, and since second quadrant angle will be pi minus alpha. So whenever cos inverse x, cot inverse x, sec inverse x is negative, then angle will be pi minus alpha. Based on this concept, I am furthering a property. First property says that sine inverse minus x, and sine inverse minus x negative, and the value of sine minus pi 2 plus pi 2, it is lying in fourth quadrant, so it is minus sine inverse x, because in that case x lies in fourth quadrant. Second, you can say tan inverse minus x equal to minus tan inverse x, and here we can say cosec inverse minus x equal to minus cosec inverse x. These three are very important properties, and the remaining three we can say cos inverse minus x, x lies in second quadrant, so pi minus alpha, there will come pi minus cos inverse x. In case of cot inverse minus x will be equal to pi minus cot inverse x. In case of sec inverse minus x, we have pi minus sec inverse x. So these properties must be taken care of. In case of sine, tan and cosec, minus x will be minus of that value. In case of cos, cot and sec inverse, minus of that value is pi minus this value. Let us take it the example. If I say what is the value of sine inverse 1 by root 2 plus cos inverse minus 1 by 2, See, sine inverse 1 by root 2 is positive term, so sine inverse 1 by root 2 plus, in case of cos inverse minus, we can write it as pi minus cos inverse 1 by 2. And we know that sine inverse 1 by 2, in case of sine, we know the 1 by root 2 value is pi by 4. So here this value is pi by 4 plus pi minus cos inverse 1 by 2. In case of cos, we know the value by 2 is cos 60, that is cos pi by 3. So its answer is pi by 3. So on solving this, we'll get the value of the resultant of this one. Let us solve a few more questions based on this. If I say tan inverse 2 minus 2 plus tan inverse minus root 3 plus cot inverse minus root 3. So we can say it is minus tan inverse root 3 and plus, and this can be written as pi minus cot inverse root 3. And here tan inverse root 3, in case of minus tan inverse root 3, this tan inverse holds for here we can write it as 10, in case of 10 60 is root 3, so minus pi by 3 plus pi minus, in case of cot inverse root 3, we know 30 degree it is cot pi by 6, so it is pi by 6. So on solving this, we'll get the value of this expression. Based on this concept, we'll discuss a few more properties. First property says 1. If I say cosec inverse x equal to sine inverse 1 by x, bear in mind this must lie in the domain of x, and you know in cosec inverse x, what is the domain? Domain is mod x greater equal to 1. So in case of cot inverse x equal to tan inverse 1 by x, this is true when x greater than 0, and we say sec inverse x equal to cos inverse 1 by x when mod x is less than equal to 1. This is very important properties. Now we'll discuss a few more properties based on this concept. See, property number 1, it is sine inverse x plus cos inverse x equal to pi by 2. You know, when two functions are in addition, then we'll take the common domain. What is the domain of sine inverse x? We know that mod x less than equal to 1. What is the domain of cos inverse x? We know that mod x less than. And what is the common domain? Common domain is when mod x less than equal to 1. And similarly, we can write tan inverse x plus cot inverse x is equal to pi by 2 when x belongs to R. In the same way, we can find out cosec inverse x plus sec inverse x equal to pi by 2 when mod x is greater equal to 1, that is in their domain. We'll solve it first with the help of we'll discuss the derivation of the first one. Sine inverse x plus cos inverse x equal to pi by 2. So let sine inverse x equal to theta. So we can say x equal to sine theta. Here x is sine theta. Now x equal to sine theta, and you know sine theta can be written as cos pi by 2 minus theta, and this shows that cos inverse x equal to pi by 2 minus theta equal to pi by 2 minus. And what is the value of theta? Theta we have already discussed. The value of theta is sin inverse x. So pi by 2 minus in place theta we will write sin inverse x. So in totality, when we transpose sin inverse x to the left hand side, we have sin inverse x plus cos inverse x equal to pi by 2. So the remaining properties can we'll solve a few more properties based on this. Two sin inverse x equal to sin inverse 2x under root 1 minus x square when x is greater equal to minus 1 by root 2 and less than equal to 1 by root 2. This is a question. 2 sin inverse x equal to sin inverse 2x under root 1 minus x square when x belongs to minus 1 by root 2, or we can say x belongs to minus 1 by root 2 to plus 1 by root 2 in closed interval. So we'll solve this question. Say let sin inverse x equal to theta. So we can say x equal to sin theta, right? And we know that the formula of sin 2 theta. Can you recall the formula of sin 2 theta? Sin 2 theta is 2 sin theta cos theta, and this can be written as 2 sin theta under root cos square theta, and this can be written as 2 sin theta under root 1 minus sin square theta. So we have sin 2 theta equal to 2 theta under root 1 minus sin square theta. And what is the value of sin theta? Sin theta we have already discussed is equal to x. So wherever sin theta is there, we will write x. So we have sin 2 theta equal to 2 sin theta under root 1 minus sin square theta. So we can write it in this way: sin 2 theta equal to 2. In place of sin theta, we will write x. So we have 2x under root 1 minus x square. So we can write this expression in this way: sin 2 theta equal to 2x under root 1 minus x square. And we can say this is the expression 2 theta equal to sin inverse 2x under root 1 minus x square. Now a $1 million question is, if sin 2 theta equal to 2x under root 1 minus x square, can we write 2 theta equal to sin inverse? Invertibility occurs on when and only when the function is invertible, and we know that sine function is invertible in the principal value of range. And what is the principal value of range? You know, 2 theta must belongs to minus pi by 2 to plus pi by 2. It means 2 theta must be greater equal to minus pi by 2 and less than equal to plus pi by 2. If we divide it to both the sides, we have minus pi by 4 less than equal to theta, and underneath is sine. So we have sine minus pi by 4 less than equal to sine theta less than equal to sine pi by 4. Do you know the value of sine minus pi by 4? Sine pi by 4 is 1 by root 2. So it is minus 1 by root 2 less than, and sine theta we have x, and less than equal to 1 by root 2. So we have x belongs to minus 1 by root 2 to plus 1 by root 2. So that is, this implies that x belongs to minus 1 by root 2 to plus 1 by root 2. So this shows that 2 sin inverse x will be equal to sin inverse